Welcome back to the Just 2019 World Indoor Bowls Championships live here at Potter's Leisure Resort. And our next game up is part of the Open Singles, the second round game for Paul Foster MBE versus Les Gillett. It's been a great afternoon of bowling so far, but if we look back to the first game Paul Foster played, he came through a very tight game with Damien Doubler. Just came through on the tiebreak, and Les Gillett faced Paul Coleman. He came through in straight sets against Paul. But, it could be a really good game on the cards this afternoon. Don't forget we also have a game on tonight at 7:30. Scott Edwards versus Robert Paxton. If he can recover from winning the mixed pairs this afternoon, there you go, that's our lineup for today. So don't forget we have another game at 7:30 tonight. The game this evening could be very interesting. Two Englishmen playing against each other. Scott came through a very, very good first round game against the seed Mark Royal. Robert Paxton beat Ian McIntosh. So again, good game on the cards. Of course, here at the World Bowls Tour we have some fantastic match officials. And your match officials for this game, your umpire is Francis Fletcher, your marker is Dan Blewett, and shot clock is Alan Thornhill. If you were with us just earlier, we saw the final of the mixed pairs with Nick Brett and Helen Carman. Helen Carman all the way from New Zealand. They took the first set against Robert Paxton and Ellen Fulton at 15-1. Then the second set went all the other way. Robert Paxton and Ellen Fulton won that 10-3, and the final went down to the final couple of ends of a tie-break, and Robert Paxton and Ellen Faulkner came through that 2-0. So of course, next game up, Paul Foster, Les Gillett. Please stay with us on the stream, and we're live with you for every bowl sent in the World Bowls Tour events. And we'll hand over now to the BBC coverage. We'll hand over ringside to Richard Baird to introduce your players for this afternoon's game.
Thank you very much, Rishi. Well, it's world number 12 left-hander as a former semi-finalist in this event and former International Open and Welsh Masters champion. Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome, please, for the Razor, Les Gillett. And now to a true master of the game and one of only two players ever to win all 6 WBT titles. Ladies and gentlemen, 5 times World Indoor Singles and yesterday's crowned World Indoor Pairs champion. Give it up for Paul Foster, MBE.
Don't forget to keep those questions coming in for the team via Twitter using the hashtag AskCorky. And so we go to Andy Thompson and David Corkill.
Thanks, Rishi. I think Andy said everything there is to say about this game, but once again, sitting on the fence, not really surprising, because I think Paul Foster obviously goes into this as a favourite, but we all know how good Les Gillett can be.
Jack line 28.5 metres.
Such a good drawer, Les Gillett. He gets into a rhythm. He's hard to shake off. Oh, he's just waiting for a second till people settle in their seats. This is always going to problem the second match of the afternoon. There's going to be a certain amount of distraction as people come in from the natural break. Very confident sort of player, Les Gillett. Left-hander, and he uses big swinging bowls. And Paul Foster's bowls are always on the swinging side. There's a wide bias. Well, that's a decent start from both players. Settle for that. That's a big, deep swing. I think Paul Foster might be tested today, Andy. He'll be certainly playing a few runners, no doubt about that.
Yes, I think so. I mean, as I've said, I think Paul Les is playing as good as I've seen him playing, so this could be a real tough game this for Paul Foster.
He's got his own here. Yep. So nothing on the rink for Paul Foster after 2 deliveries.
Certainly slowed his game down slightly, hasn't he, over the last probably couple of years? Just
Yes.
more deliberate on the mat.
So he normally takes about 10-15 seconds on the mat now. It's been a very obvious thing for Les. He used to be a pretty quick player, and to be fair, it's been working, Andy.
Yes.
He's played a lot better, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm saying. I think he's playing really, really well. As good as anybody on the circuit at the moment.
Look at that, all in a row as well. Goodness me. Ball going again. This one looks narrow as well.
I think he's hit the target, needs a result.
Oh, wow. He just caught the ball solid. Didn't really get a result in terms of the shots on the rink. His own balls run off. But he's got a result in terms of the close balls.
Yes, I think he'll be happy with that. He's only going to be really facing 2 down, although there's going to be 4 against him. He's got plenty of room to get the second or third shot here.
It's a little bit narrow for going with the second ball simply because he wasn't getting the jack, but the balls were a good target. So a good hit. Bit of a courageous hit as well, Andy, in some respects.
Yes, ball had went off, but not a bad ball, that.
Paul will draw this.
Yes, well, he should draw second shot.
Yeah.
He won't be running with this one.
Stayed away from the obvious forehand because it was wide open. But with his ball, he can drop around the short one. That's good. That's really good.
Yes, he'll be happy with that. Only losing the one.
Absolutely.
First end, 0-1.
Second shot, Les just smiles at him. Well, I think there'll be a bit of that on both sides. Once Paul starts finding the range, Les won't hesitate either.
Oh, no. No, Les he's got the heavy ball as well, has Les. Good all-round game. Oh, just waiting for the crowd to come back. As you said, David, this is an awkward time. Starting to come in and out.
It's always a difficult time, the second match.
Oh, to be fair to the spectators, they've sat down for a good over 2 hours watching the mixed pairs final, so
They need a wee break.
yes, they do.
Jack length, 29 metres.
Like a days in the Guildhall, Andy, when it came to about 5:30 and everybody disappeared for their tea, and the crowd went from about 1,000 down to 4 men and the dog reading the newspaper.
Yeah, regardless of the score as well, wasn't it? It could have been
Absolutely.
6-6 and I don't care, I've got to go.
A 3-day-old newspaper being read and the dog keeping company.
A good venue was the Guildhall.
Good days. But this is a perfect place.
Oh yeah, you can't beat it really.
For the World Championships, we're all very happy here.
Your bowl, yes, just over.
Just waiting for the ball to arrive as it swings right across onto the green one. Big pull in that hand. Both players having to go very wide.
Yeah, both players playing with a big bias ball, both of them. This looks a better line from Les, coming on the high side.
Oh, he's played this.
Good fall in for shot.
Played it really well.
One green.
Lucky. Stayed up. Needed it to fall. Still one green.
One green.
It's the voice of Dan Blewett, who's our marker.
I don't think Paul's running with this one. I think he'll dive away before he reaches the jack.
One shot. Let's get it.
Another tight head. Single to Les Gillett.
Set score 0-2 after 2 ends.
Well, there we go. If a player is in mid-throw and releases the ball just after the shot clock expires, would the umpire stop the ball before it resets? Well, the answer is yes. The ball has to be in forward motion and have left the hand by the time the shot clock gets to 0. So there you go. And it has happened more than once. You've never been caught with it, Andy.
No, I haven't, touch wood. So I know one or two players have. And it's just, I think the players have adapted well to it now. And I don't think you'll see many players getting caught out now. Well, certainly amongst the top 16 players, they're all got their own system and working really. I didn't watch all the coverage. Did you get any awkward questions this afternoon?
Nope. No, they were fairly straightforward.
Well, oh, good.
Yep, absolutely. I think there was one asking why Andy's so bad about measures, but that was easily covered.
Yeah.
I said he doesn't carry his glasses onto the rink. That's all.
Only for reading.
There
2.5
you go.
feet.
No, fairly straightforward. Interesting game, though.
Yes, it was a good game. I
Fascinating
enjoyed
game.
it, yes. Nikki came out, and Pat, Nikki and Helen were playing really well, but it was a good recovery from Robert and Ellen to take the second set and win the game. They'll be delighted.
Just wrecked on his own ball. He had the weight to carry it. Nine end sets, of course, 2 of them, and if it's 1 set all, we're going to a 3-end tie-break. Rules do change, but I always explain that afterwards. Shot clock in operation.
1 red.
Pairs, that doesn't take effect. We're back to 30 seconds to play your ball.
Les is going to have to change his hand here.
Yes, Les will just take his time. He usually gets down to around about the 15 seconds before it disappears, and it's the right idea. Players not allowed up until their 3rd bowl's delivered. They can ask permission in a very tight situation late in the game. Usually they get a positive reaction when they ask permission, but not always.
It's normally granted, but this is a loose end.
If he gathers a jack, it's so much better.
Two red.
I don't think he's trailed that jack too far. No, he hasn't. Still got the 2, but still just a forehand draw from Les. His line looks very good. It's all about pace now.
Well, he'll always get back with these balls. It's whether he turns across too much. Looks like it. So he's okay. Paul Foster's not sure, asking Dan Blewett to have a look. Such a big dip in those strong bias balls.
Very close ball. Slight favour for yours.
Well, yeah, just moved across too much.
Yeah, I think it's still 1 to Paul.
Umpire.
Les is asking for a measure.
Let's wait.
I don't think he'll be scoring.
Measure the shot.
I think it's a good measure. Yeah, I think it's worth it.
As it looks at.
Big calipers coming out. Francis Fletcher will sort things out for us. Some tasty matches coming up tomorrow as well, Andy, and defending champions out in action again.
Yes, up against Mike Stepney. That should be a good game.
And then, of course, we're going to the ladies.
1 shot. Paul Foster.
1 shot to Paul Foster.
Set score 1-2 after 3 ends. Jack length 26 metres.
Paul Foster has almost a default jack length whenever he feels the opposition's getting in, and that is to go to a very short jack. And this isn't very short, but he may end up going down to 23, 24.
Yes, I mean, it was a possibility that he just overthrew the jack here. I'd agree, I would have expected it slightly shorter, but it's a good opener from Les. Playing the side that most people are staying away from.
So he's left-handed,
Yes.
so that helps.
Yes, probably finds a different line. I don't think this one's here.
It's a gap of 2.5 inches.
Just needs to hurry.
Correct on the short ball.
1 green.
I think the trouble is there, Andy, that you know he's trying to get another one close, but at the same time it'd be better a yard through rather than a yard short.
Yes, it certainly would have been. Just dropped it a little bit. This looks a better try here from Paul. Close.
One green.
Still green.
Oh, this is better.
Instead of sticking on, probably weren't meant to be, but oh, Paul's ball has fallen. I think that's probably why he's coming back down to have a look at
One
this. It
green.
just fell outwards, didn't fall in.
Yes, he's now looking at what sort of weight will be needed for this. He needs just to turn his own ball over once. Gets the right connection, he'll get the shot. Gets the wrong connection, might cost him an extra one.
Paul has 4 timeouts remaining.
Yeah, this is the hard shot. This is the shot that Alex Marshall played yesterday to win the pairs almost with 18 inches of weight. Just turn the red ball up. Not
Yes, Alex played a ball just to take a ball out and stay in its place, but that's why Paul's deciding to play the forehand. He doesn't like the look of the connection on the backhand.
looked a backhand shot, but it was difficult.
So I was saying before, Andy, you know, there's some obvious looking shots in this rink, but you don't play them.
Yes, correct. Yeah, the more experienced players who are playing on the carpet all the time know that no advantage of playing the backhand. I think in a normal club game we would have played the backhand there. This is not easy for Les to score another.
One shot, let's get it.
Set score 1-3 after 4 ends.
The crowd's starting to fill in again after fill up again after the pairs, mixed pairs final. So that will happen for the next 20 minutes, half an hour. Get them all in settled.
Jack length 28 metres.
The Lionel Glass Trophy, which is rather large and very, very heavy. Once again, good quality openers.
Yours is 9 inches past jack high. Slightly past, half an inch past.
Slight correction needed on the width. Here it comes.
Looks a better line. That's the way up.
Same weight, just made a slight adjustment. And there's Paul's good friend, Alex Marshall, with his wife Diane. Taking it easy on the green seats. Usually find that's the hideaway for a lot of players.
Yes, yes, out in the corner.
We can find them.
Yes.
We always find them, no matter what.
We have got cameras everywhere.
Yes.
Nobody is safe.
And experts behind them, yeah, in the hunt.
Oh, good opener from Les, but hasn't capitalised on a good opener.
Paul looking again to get to his own bowl or turn the jack to the other red. Is he going to be... he's been a bit unlucky, I think.
I think he has. He might still have two, but he wanted the jack to move in the other direction.
Close. Favour Paul's red.
Favours one red. That's not the best result in the world.
No, good ball from Paul. Just a bad result. Not an easy head this for Les Gillett.
No. Here's a timeout. There's a wing ball to play off if he wants to play it in the forehand, which in his case is the backhand for the left-hander. Looks the better option to me.
Yes, I think it does. Well, he's used a timeout. Let's hope he's not going to go down to 15 seconds.
Well, he's at 43 now,
Yes.
so I hope not. It doesn't seem very long, just wait for 30 seconds, but it is an age.
Yes,
and some players are incredibly slow, and it just, oh, come on, get on with it.
I agree.
Now, Les, will you bend in time?
I think he's close.
I think he's very close.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, and a touch on the jack, which makes the double.
Great ball. Brilliant ball.
2 green.
Finds the gap, moves the jack, a perfect ball, lies 2.
Accuracy is just phenomenal to come through between two balls at that distance.
No, I don't think Paul will be hanging back with this one. Forehand. Oh, he's under the head.
Could get a result though, just like that.
Oh!
You never know where the results are going to come from, do you?
Wow.
Oh dear, oh dear.
I think that'll hurt Les quite a bit.
Yeah, I think it will after such a good ball. And he's lost a single.
Yeah, Paul asking for a bench.
We thought it was one to red, but
you could remove that one. I think that's what he's asking.
well, there's no need to remove the other red one. Just chuck it up anyway.
Yes.
But, wow, that was a big fluke, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, I mean, Les was going 4-1 ahead, so it makes a big difference. In fact, he was going 5-1 ahead.
Yes, he was on a couple. And the last thing you need against Paul Foster are things to go wrong. You want everything to go right.
One shot, Paul Foster.
That's what we thought. It was a fluke, but it's all part of the game, and you might get one back again later.
Oh yes, we all get them. It's a crucial time to get the one. I think this is more like the jack we expected the last time in this direction.
Jack length 24 metres.
Good reply.
Good stuff. Really good stuff, the two bowlers. You got two players in good form. It's lovely to watch.
One red.
Foster just dropping a little bit on the inside there with the weight more than anything else. The line's good enough. Conscious of the fact that this jack, if it moves, he's going to be 2 or 3 down. Thought he might have changed onto the forehand, just a bit more protection there.
He's trying to hold this one up. I cannot see that. That's never going to hold up.
Not with his bowls. But it is coming over into a useful position.
Yes, I think Paul has got to go for cover now. There's 3 against him behind the jack, so this one will not be going close to the jack.
Well, he certainly moved onto the forehand. I thought he might do.
Wow.
Tell you what, that's not bad. He grabbed hold of that bowl. It's not bad. It's not perfect by any means because it depends on the weight Les uses. If he only uses a couple of feet, that ball won't come into play, but if he uses more than that, it might.
Slightly pulled that delivery. Somebody a little bit with that one.
One shot, Paul Foster.
Dropping the one.
Set score 3-3 after 6 ends. Jack length 23 metres.
Looking at the 23-metre jack length as we were talking about earlier, Andy.
This is very short. Well, in fact, can't get any shorter, basically. On a quick green, so this is not easy just to judge the pace here.
It's not easy for ordinary players.
Paul's favourite length, 23, 24 metres.
He does like this short jack length. You'd think, actually, a lot of people watching think, well, if it's shorter, it's got to be easier. But actually, it's quite the opposite.
Yes, yeah, you're not pushing into your delivery action.
I think Les worries too much about short jack lengths.
No, I don't think he does. He's happy at all lengths. It's a game of singles. 3-3.
I was going to say that was stating the obvious. Second round singles game. But yes, 6 singles in the match.
Get it.
I had a quick look at my card just to make sure. That was all.
Come between 2 poles, 8 inches.
Welcome to the comedy box, Andy, after repairs. You were too busy sitting on the fence down there with Rishi anyway.
Yeah, no, slightly. No. I gave a case for Les, but I think it's one of these. A lot of second round games, they're hard to call.
They're very difficult to call. They really are.
The hold one. Yes. Very close for second.
That's a short ball, and that's going to give Les problems if he wants to attack here. So this is not a good head for Les Gillett. Paul going for a little bit cover.
Yes, Les might decide it's his third delivery. He has got the last ball. He might decide to have a go at this.
Yeah, I think I'd agree.
Open it up, even get rid of the front ball would be good.
Yeah, I think Les's forehand push through the head here, I think.
Not easy in the short jack length because the ball doesn't have time to bend. You have to go down a fairly narrow line and it whips across very quickly.
He's playing his back.
Oh, he's playing the draw.
This is
Wow.
hard.
That is a hard shot. That is a really hard shot. Oh, what an effort.
Brilliant.
What an effort.
Brilliant
Oh,
effort.
what a super ball. It may not be a shot, but it looks good for second.
Brilliant effort.
1 red.
Yep, some thought, second shot. That was a very confident effort, wasn't it, Andy?
It certainly was.
Oh, it's,
It shows he's confident in the draw. I think ball's going near this again, just a deep ball, but after Leslie's last ball, I think he'll just be trying to the ball on the left of the screen, just nudge that ball up slightly.
it looks like he might be playing his forehand to turn his own ball over, or just try and draw off the back red one. And he's changed over. He reckons that that front ball's just too awkward. Well, he's not a million miles away, is he?
Is he running? Is he running?
Oh,
Brilliant!
Les
Absolutely! Come on!
Pick the bones out of that one.
Oh, but he might have made 2 out of that.
Oh, that is fantastic effort.
Oh, I would never have called that.
Well, we called it, saying that he
Yes.
was trying to draw it or
Yes.
turn his own ball over, but
Right,
the
here we go.
to execute it is absolutely unbelievable.
Fantastic ball.
Close. Umpire.
Yes.
Umpire, please.
You liked that
green,
one.
measure for second.
That was absolutely brilliant. It really was. Something very, very special when you move from one side to the other, Andy, with perfect weight and close balls against you.
Special. Special. That's close.
Well, the calibers are very accurate, and they don't tell lies that way. That's why everybody loves to see the calibers out. If they're equidistant, it'll be a no score on the second shot.
Yeah,
One
no
shot,
score.
let's get it.
Yep. Equidistant, can't separate the two bowls, and it does happen. Not very often, but whenever you're using calipers like that, it's obviously they're just just the same distance. The umpire can't separate it.
7 ends.
What a delivery from Les Gillett. Oh.
Stretching the jack, going long.
Jack length 29.5 metres.
.5 meters difference from that last end to this end, so that's quite hard to adapt sometimes, isn't it? Just to push that bowl just that little bit further.
Yes, normally takes a bowl or two. Just to find the range after such a big change from minimum to maximum. Say the first two bowls are quite often range finders after the change. And
Paul's ball 2.5 feet from Jack High.
2.5 feet's a bad situation when it's out on a line like that for Les. Might be well to change with this.
Well, this hand is harder at the fuller length.
Moving on to his backhand. Well, that's not a bad change, is it?
Perfect change. Yeah, right.
Might be thinking to himself, put that in the memory bank.
Yes, he's playing solid. Well, that ball has given Paul problems. He's going to have to play the forehand as well, and as we say, not the hand that people are favouring, especially at the fuller length. This ball will dive.
One green.
You stand inside the line, sir. Thank you. Once again, that's just diving inside, and it's a situation where Paul come up to look at this after a second ball. That's unusual in itself, Andy. I don't know why.
I think he was looking to see where his opening ball had finished, and I don't think he'll like actually where it has finished, because it's banging the road for the draw. I don't think he's overly confident. Yeah, I think that's why he's running at this. I don't think he's confident at drawing it on the forehand.
In the area.
Very close. Great strike.
Oh, now has that ball just gone? It has. It's gone in the ditch, so it's going to be one to red. And not particularly easy to beat at this distance.
No, very difficult to beat this. Don't think it was a toucher, was it? No, it wasn't being removed.
It was the one that had dropped just behind the jack. This is difficult enough.
Yes.
The only good thing for Les is it's on his backhand, so he can hold the ball up for a bit longer.
I think it looks as though he'll be playing the forehand, I think, or his forehand.
Is he going to come across it?
Don't you think?
Oh, surely not.
Nice play in the back, you're right.
You release the backhand, you've got an open side, you've a chance of hanging on to the line. There goes now. It's just starting to bend now, very late. And he's not bad with this. That'll do.
Yes, he got the shot. That's all he was trying to achieve.
Yeah. I think the fact that it was on his backhand was a help, Andy.
Green.
Yes, and well, he knew he probably couldn't get much closer really than that. Again, same problem for Paul. Not easy this. Oh, he's playing the shot that I thought Les might have played across the hand.
It's always awkward to pick out the line whenever you're coming across.
I
No,
think he's got enough weight.
Yep. Even then, if he had, Andy, still that was pulling away very
Yes,
quickly.
Yes, it was. Well, one shot to Les Gillett.
One shot, let's get it.
Good stuff in terms of the quality of the play.
Set score 3-5 after 8 ends.
2 up.
Jack length 28 metres.
Well, once again, 2 good lead balls.
One red. 14 inches short of Jack High.
Les asks the question and then just lets the shot clock run down a shade. Not too much. When he gets on the mat, he's fairly quick.
So he's within his rights to do what he's doing, really, but it's just a little bit slow for my liking.
You know, it's worked for him in terms of the quality of his play.
Yes,
though.
oh yeah, well, that's absolutely no problems with it.
I've seen people doing it where it takes a minute, sometimes a minute and a half.
Yes.
Oh,
Agree.
please, you know. That's why it was brought in, really, to stop the slow players from taking advantage and using a bit more gamesmanship than anything else.
Yes.
So it stopped all of that.
Oh, Paul going to have a look at this one.
Well, he's going to use a timeout on this. Very unusual. You see Paul Foster walk up after one ball, but it is the last end of the set. And Leslie's just played an absolute beauty.
Well, Paul needs to score 2 here, so he'll be thinking, do I waste a ball by running at this head?
3 timeouts remaining.
I think he has to hit this. I really do.
It needs a disturbance.
Yes, well, you know, there's always a chance of getting the 2 balls, but certainly get the single shot away or the jack moved.
You would expect Paul to hit this one, but it's just where the jack bounces. By playing the forehand draw.
Oh, that's interesting. It's, I think he's arriving okay, and he's arriving quick, which means he just tried to play that hard shot, Andy.
Is it going to stay on the green?
It's quite important for him, it does.
Yes, I think it has. So that helps in a way. Bottom of the screen there, so the ball has stayed on. Well, I don't think Les will be going near here. I think there'll just be a cover or respot.
Yes, he didn't go quick, but he was just trying a little shot to disturb things, and that's okay. You know, as long as he was arriving, he give it a chance. Les will, as you say, Andy, go for cover. Just see the white dot on your screen as this ball approaches it. Just needs to get a bit closer. Well, he wanted another 2 or 3 feet on that.
I think he did. Well, going heavier now.
Well, it's,
I think he's missed everything.
on his backhand. This is not looking good at the moment for Paul Foster, but he's mercurial.
Oh, that, yeah, that one.
Well, Les, I think he's got to go deeper than his previous delivery. He needs to add another 4 or 5 feet on.
Yeah, so he has the respot, so he can go even deeper than that. Even past the respot would be good. Trying to get to the back one. Yep, he's got the respot covered, so he's not worried about that. He just wants to get on the edge of the ditch and stay. That's not bad, is it?
Oh, that's good. That's very good.
Might be an element of a hit and hope here from Paul Foster.
This doesn't look. It looks difficult to score a 2. I don't think so. He's probably got 1, but that's not enough.
One shot, Paul Foster. First set, Les Gillett.
Well, we don't get very many 5-4 sets, do we, Andy?
No, we don't. All singles, yeah, but that is good value, I think, for his win there.
Yes, I think so. I think so. It's whenever Paul Foster's been getting in on the draws, Les has responded with some absolute beauties.
Yes, he's played really well. I think that one special end when he drew the shot was a wonderful ball. Under short length as well. Got a contrast in styles really here as well, haven't we? I mean, Paul's a quick player and he likes the game to flow quickly, and I think obviously Les's tactics here, although it's not a tactic, it's the way he plays.
Meters.
I don't know whether that's just slightly disrupting his rhythm a little bit. See, I mean, you know, this is slow.
Well, of course, on the first bowl, the shot clock's not used,
No.
so you can just take whatever time you want within
Yes.
reason.
Yeah.
If it was an ordinary game, it would be up to the marker and the umpire to say, look, guys, move it along a bit, directed at whatever player's playing slow. But this was introduced for very, very good reasons, and it was really to stop you know, the thought processes of some players that could take a long time in the middle of the rink trying to decide what to do.
Yes. Coming up to the head of the...
Yeah.
No.
You know, and it was putting pressure on the officials to say yes or no. And I know some players have, where it's been rejected when it comes, so they've requested it, and that's not good. But there are 1 or 2 players that are well known and for playing, well, not just slow, but Croatia.
Yes.
It's become a feature really across
Your
the world as well, Andy, because
11 inches.
Commonwealth Games, it was 2 hours 15 minutes to play. That was your time limit. So,
Was it really? Right.
So you know, for each match, and
Yes.
players, you had 4 sessions, so players had to move
Yeah.
along at a
Yes.
fair wee pace.
Yeah.
It just shows you how much time 30 seconds really is.
Yes. Yeah.
It's plenty.
Yes, it is. Just needs to run with this one, Les. Far away.
One red.
Still good bowling from both players.
Les up to the head with his second ball. Starts to move back. Good balls, but
2 red.
looks like a target here for Les. Wouldn't be surprised if he runs at this.
Well, the way he's been playing, he could just draw it off. The danger if he hits it and the jack goes onto the respot, Paul Foster has 2 balls.
Needs to be fortunate.
He was certainly hitting the pole at the right angle.
Yes, I thought he was catching the green ball. And Paul going for the respot here.
Just the way Les has been playing, I think he could draw that. I really do. There's a shoulder there.
Well, that scores on the respot, so
I don't think there's any value in going again.
yeah, I think I'd agree. I think you'd probably be better just sticking to the draw.
Well, he's going for the bowls this time rather than the jack. Needs the bowls.
Close.
Two of them.
Oh, he's
Oh,
unlucky.
it's unlucky.
Well, second best result.
He actually hit it too square in the end.
He
Andy.
did. I thought he was taking 2 balls out.
A little shake of the head there from Paul.
Yes.
It's, Les was having a bit of banter maybe with the crowd. 2 balls. Oh, there you go, Les. He's not adverse to a little bit of that, is he?
No, no, no. He's quite good at winding people up.
Yep, Paul's dropped it short, just the one.
One shot, Paul Foster.
First end, 1-0.
Don't think it'll disturb Fuzzy too much, though. Very experienced.
Slightly different tactic here. Brought the mat up the green.
Jack length 25 metres.
New line, new length. Yes.
Yes.
Well, it's the best place to be. If you've got one on the jack, get one behind.
One red.
Ah, interesting. Les Gillett on Twitter. That's very cruel, isn't it?
I think it's
Lee
Lee.
Gillett.
Lee.
I was going to say, that's very cruel, Les Gillett on Twitter. What's he doing in between shots?
He probably has got time to do that.
He
as
probably
well.
has. What does the respot mean? Well, okay, let's go into that. Used to be years ago you could kill the end and you would have to replay it again in the same direction, but that was slowing games down so much that the respot was introduced. So if the ball goes off the confines of the rink, it's put into a respot position, and they're marked with a little white dot. And they're on the screen, the left-hand side there, just you can see the respot. As Les tries to draw in close, and Paul Foster's played a really good end here. Just past that. Now, how we identify the respot in terms of where it goes, the T mark is 3 meters from the ditch up the rink, and then the distance from the tee to the extreme side of the rink is then divided by 2, and this respot is positioned 30 centimetres, sorry, 30. Sorry, hang on a second, just check this for Paul's. It's coming in. Is he going to make for the 4? Very close to it.
Yeah, that's
oh,
good.
He's played it really well. With 3. Of course, then the middle of that's then divided by 2, and then the respot goes on 30 centimetres back. So there you go. That's it.
I'm glad you answered that one.
It's actually quite easy to do. It's just more difficult to explain it. We're using respots in our club for everything now.
Yes, I think most clubs are using them now nationally. Speeds the game up. Well, there's 3 down here.
Needs to run with this. Doesn't look like it. Wow. Missed chance with this one.
3 shots, Paul Foster.
Well, it's the first time in the game that he scored more than 1 shot in the name, Paul Foster.
Set score 4-0 after 2 ends.
That's a good start for Paul. 4-0.
Different tactic, as we could see. Brought them up the last time, brought them up again.
First time that we've had more than 1 shot scored in an end.
25 metres.
Certainly likes it, doesn't he?
Yes. His opening bowls have been really good in the second set. Really got it right on top of the jack.
You know, Les needs to respond, and he needs to respond in this end, really, Andy, because he can't afford to let Paul get into a rhythm.
No, Paul's a good front runner. Gets a lead on you. Difficult to peg back. I'd agree. Les needs to score here. Good here. Oh, not bad, Les.
One green. Gap on the jack, just over 4 inches.
Well, that's exactly what Les needs to do.
Yeah, Paul indicating that he's not high enough.
Just needs to stop. Not going to, but in a good position.
One green.
Doesn't need much more for Paul to play here other than a draw. He can't afford to play any more weight to it, can he?
I'd agree. Just a draw.
Certainly a lot better this time. You see Les walking up the green. Now, that's not normally allowed in ordinary play. Oh, just dropping short. That's because the shot clock's in action. There are some players who, you know, as soon as the opposition plays, actually start walking down the green in ordinary play, Andy, but that's actually against the rules.
Yes, possession of the rank, isn't it? Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. A lot of people flaunt that, but
yes, they do.
It's very important to remember the etiquette of the game, and in ordinary play, You have to wait until the opposition's ball has stopped, or at least past the jack. Either forward motion or behind the jack to allow possession to move across to you.
Needs to run. He's going to be lacking pace, so it's just the one, but he's on the board.
Shot, Les
in the
Gillett.
second set, Les.
Set score 4-1 after 3 ends.
Well, 4-1, 3 ends. Plenty of time, 9-end set. I think sometimes the rules of the sport are just forgotten. Not all the time, just occasionally. And there are some very strange rules as well. But you know, sport, it's important, and
Jack length,
especially in
29.5
other sports like
meters.
golf, for instance, is very, very regimented.
Oh,
We're
yes.
not.
Yeah.
It's very regimented, but snooker as well.
You certainly have plenty of rules and laws, but slightly different, obviously, on the portable rink here. That is why players, as you say, even though the player's ball has not come to rest, they are starting to make their way.
They have to. Simply because of the shot clock.
That's right.
That's the only place where that's his shot clock's in operation. Full length head for Les. Oh, he's played this one. He picks up the jack. Well, just past it, but it's still pretty good.
Your ball, 12 inches past jack eye.
A lot depends on whether he's up to the jack with this. Just peeling across, held onto the red ball. That's good. Good bowling.
Yeah, weight was good. Rested the red ball.
Yes. Inch short.
I was just thinking, was Paul tempted with this?
Sticking to the draw. Draw on the forehand. Yeah, looks to be under. Don't think he's running with that one either.
One green.
Well, once again, Paul visiting the head now after his second ball. So
Yes, and he's just peeled off to the side of the rink, Andy.
in fact, I mean, if you look at him, he's not actually behind the jack. If we talk about rules, Paul Foster's body is in front of the jack, which again is not within the loss.
Yeah. Thing is, he's well off on the backhand
Yes.
side, or so the
Yeah.
well, for Les's case, the
Yes,
forehand. So
yes.
he's so far away from
Yes.
the play, it doesn't matter. And Les had a free run on the open side. So he was well out of the way.
Yes, he was.
2 green.
Well, this might be a temptation here for Paul. Possible backhand runner, jack in the ditch.
We're very fortunate. We've got the flyleaf as the common sense approach to
Yes,
to the
we have.
rules.
We have.
Going for it this time.
Oh, he doesn't like it right away.
No. What's that short ball doing?
Oh, he's not finished. Oh, yes, he is now.
It's not all over. Oh, it is now.
Yes.
Well, he's still got second shot in there, is he? Or just 2? It's hard to tell.
Yeah, 2 on the screen, so probably 2.
We'll take the advice from the screen, because we have gurus in there that are ferreting away for this information. So
ball's not counting, I don't think. I don't think there is anyway.
Just 2. Sorry, Paul.
He's indicated only 2, I think.
Well, that confirms that it's only 2, so our guru is correct on the screen with 2 little green balls. Or, he doesn't want his own here.
Oh, I think he's got his own.
Oh, wow, he's fluked it. Oh, my goodness me.
What a result there. Wow. He's taken his own ball away.
One shot, Paul Foster.
Oh, dear me, that could have been 4 so easily.
Set score 5-1 after 4 ends.
That is a massive turnaround. That could be a big impact on this match. I honestly thought he got his own ball and
Yeah, so did I.
forward.
So did I. He was underneath the head and it looked as though he was clipping the red ball out, but fortunately his own ball stayed in the head. Scores the 1, takes a good lead.
Jack length 25 metres.
Well, Andy, that's the sort of shot that you know, it can actually make you very, very down, because Les was sitting 2 beauties, you know, possibly a measure for 3. Big fluke against him.
Yes, yes. Well, I think again it's just something that we all get in the game. Sometimes we don't hit the right target, but get results. But Les has just got to basically forget about that, which he has.
Yes, 1 down.
This is going to cause problems.
Maybe tempted to open this up. Going to be hard to draw the shot from there. Well, sticking to the draw. Just the 1 in it. So, well, he's going deep actually. He's setting out a stall early.
That could be deliberate.
Go deep with the 3rd one,
Yes.
touch it with the last one.
Yeah, possibly.
It's more or less saying to Les, well, this is what I'm going to do, and it's up to you to cover it.
1 green.
Well, it's not a bad call, really.
No, no. Don't want to always save it to your last.
Les just dropping in again. He's not even bothering to cover the back one, more or less saying to Paul, well, if you want it, you go and get it.
I don't know if that's the 2nd shot or not. I don't know, it might just be them. Well, Dan will let us know.
Well, we'll be finishing up very soon here on BBC Two. Moving across to the red button for this match, the conclusion, which could be very interesting. Paul Foster. Well, he's playing well in the 2nd set, but he lost the 1st one.
Close. I think he's got this perfectly. That's a great strike.
Yep.
Great strike.
And not only that, but his own ball managed to run through with it, so he could be line 2.
Two red.
Well, he made it very obvious what he was going to
Yes,
do. And
he did.
Les decided to ignore that, and that's always very dodgy with a player of the quality of Paul Foster. You know, if he had put that back one in to cover that, he could well be line the shot.
Yes, I'd agree. Yeah.
You know, and drawing for 2. So a little bit surprised. You know, it's you just can't take liberties.
No, Les doesn't like this one. He's got his.
It must be he's heavy. I think that's where the problem is. He's very heavy. Or is he? Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He didn't need to be anywhere near the ditch to win that.
No, could have dropped a yard short, so it's 1 or 2 to Paul here.
Well, that's the lead he needs to take the second set and force the tie break. We'll just get a decision now on whether it's 1 or 2. Les is having a look. He's asking for the measure.
Please.
1 will be conceded. There it is. That's
One red,
kicked
half
out.
a second.
And this measure's going to take a little while. So it will be a bit of a string job. The officials are very quick at this, so hopefully we'll get an opportunity to see it. That's good enough.
Okay.
Oh, it's well in red. It's 2 to red. So,
Okay.
Paul Foster, nicely poised, 7-1 up in the
2
second
shots,
set.
Paul Foster.
Set score 7-1 after 5 ends. Jack length 24.5 meters.
Paul Foster, very nice lead at 7-1. 4 ends to go, Andy. It's still time, but there's been signs here that, no, to be fair, Les Gillett's played very well. Paul Foster's, that one big fluke has made a difference in this match.
Yes. Yeah, I don't think it was really a 7-1. That's not a true reflection, really, on the set. I mean, I think it is fair to say, though, I think Paul is playing a lot better now.
Yeah. I think really
was 18
7-4
inches
maybe or
past
something
Jack.
like that.
Yes.
But Paul has been the more consistent player in the second
Ball is the
set.
last ball. Gap
Played a lot
is 5
better.
inches.
Opening balls have been better. I think that's been the key.
Well, it's a funny old game. It really is.
Yes.
And, you just never know what can happen.
Well, I think tie-break is obviously favourite, and then it's anybody's.
Oh, he's dropping in. Oh, it's a super goal, isn't it?
Short, yes, he's played really well.
Has he ever?
One green.
Against a lot of players,
inch
Les
past
would have been
Jack High.
scampering away by now.
I think
But
he would have. I think he would have.
against Fuzzy, it's a whole different ball game, and he's been in good form.
It's been good bowling. Most ends are close.
Well, that's enough to get it back. His own ball to be tapped over.
One red.
That is a very small target. Whenever you're that far away from it. that's asking a lot.
He's coming back.
Big bias ball. Didn't push through it though. Actually, the line was good. Thought he might have had a little bit more weight because he could afford to lengthen the jack through to his back green one.
Yes, yeah, but a couple of feet through, but well, this is awkward for Paul. He can't really do too much with the head. Lie's a good one. He's leaving this alone. That's a good ball. Good ball.
Well, it certainly covers a jack if it's played with any pace. I can't see Les being any worse off. He arrives at this. His own ball looks to be pretty well locked in.
Yeah, I'd agree. Nothing to be gained from being short anyway. So you could afford to reach.
It's just a tricky wee shot to find the right line, that's all.
I think he's on a positive line. I think he's in the area here.
Not much on the jack though. There's the red ball waiting.
You gotta know where to put it. Paul Foster. Quite well played, Les. Played it well.
Yeah.
One shot, Paul Foster.
What do you think about
Set
the last
score
end,
8-1
Andy?
after 6
And Les
ends.
didn't do that. He didn't cover the back.
That's right, yeah. Yeah.
Paul was making the assumption that Les was going to get that shot, and he was waiting for it.
Yes. Very good tactical end again, Paul. Well,
Jack length 24.5 metres.
looking to score a 2 to get us quickly into the tie break.
Well, that's not where you want to be when you're 7 behind. You almost feel, Andy, that this set is being played out.
Yes, I think both players are probably aware that this is going to go to a tie break. 4 and 7 shots, not easy in 3 ends.
Quite close, Paul. Favour yours.
What's my gap, please?
Gap is 5 inches.
Any contact on his own is good. Slipping round it is even better.
Well, it falls in, he's drawn the shot. Well,
Nice again from Les Gillett.
Not sure if it's 1 or 2.
1 green.
It's 1 green. I don't think Paul Foster will be too worried about this because he can play the ends out. He just doesn't want Les to score any more than 1.
Well, if it's just one, I almost feel that Les might just take a little gamble here. The closest red ball, try to remove that to score a 3. 1 is probably not enough.
Yeah, the minimum he really needs is a 2, and even then it's a big uphill to get 2 3s.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'd take a gamble here. Try to take the closest red ball out. I think that's what he's playing.
Yep. Inside line, little bit of weight.
Was well under.
Ooh, that'll hook like mad.
I think he played the right shot.
Yep.
One shot, Les Gillett.
A lot of communication going on out there, Andy.
No,
Set score
there's
8-2
a bit of
after
tension on the
7
green. I think that's fair to say.
It's great.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
There's a lot at stake, and it's a tough second round for both players. Really, it's
Jack playing 27.5 metres.
Les Gillett needs to score 2 here to keep this game going. Sorry, keep the set going.
yes. All players are a bit different. I think most of the players will have a little bit of a chat, not much, just you know, pass the time.
Yes.
But there are some players who actually don't like to talk at all.
No, which is fair enough as well. I mean, I think we're all different animals, obviously, on the green, and some people, as you say, like to chat away, others don't.
Just want to keep their concentration.
Yeah.
One red.
Paul shaking his head there. He just doesn't want to give Les any opportunities to try to score more than 2 here.
Yes, he's looking at this, Les, and thinking, well, it'd be good if I could just get the ball onto the ball and try and keep in. Oh, he's wide of this. That's a big gap there.
He's gambling there.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I can't blame him, to
Yep.
be honest.
Yep.
No, it's a set lie against him, so no reason why not.
Yeah.
It's more or less gone now, though.
Yeah, I think it has. I mean, the maximum here is a 3 for Les.
Surprised he played it the way he did, though, because the green ball on the red ball punches it out, and you stay in this place, you take 3. The weight he was playing with was Jack in the ditch for a single.
Yeah, I think he's playing a similar type of ball. Again, it's trying to plant the balls out. Looks to be high. I think he's wrecked. Well, it's tie break.
Yep.
One shot in the second set. Paul Foster, match tie break.
Not unexpected.
First tie
Paul
break.
played really well in the second set.
Giving the jack to Les.
I think Paul.
Jack length 29.5 metres.
Excuse me. Can you just move back a bit?
Some disturbance, I think, for Les asking. Taking his time.
So 3 tie break. These players, Paul Foster, having lost the first set. 5-4, takes the second, 9-2. And we're into the 3 ends where the tactics change a bit more aggressive, bit more positive. Good start by Les Gillett. First ball. All a matter of scoring and winning the end. Don't need to accumulate any shots. Just win the end and that's enough. Oh, he doesn't look too happy with this one.
No.
The line looks okay.
Just slightly heavy.
Yeah, he's not bad though. Always a handy enough ball round the back, but he knew it.
Yeah, anything fast is going to
Gap
help.
ball 12 inches, 14 inches, 14.
Needs to hold up.
We just want to bounce the jack out there. It's not bad, but again, better missing it, Andy, because he's brought the jack closer to the red ball.
Yes, he has. Still don't think that's going to be close enough to win this end.
Paul's playing almost the same ball again. Now, how's the memory?
This looks like the winner coming in.
Yep, the memory is good.
Moves the jack even better. Well played.
As soon as Les moved that jack, I think he was in trouble.
Let's come up to have a look at this. He may change his hand, Les.
It depends if he can fall off the back red ball, if he can just fall off out of his shoulder. Will it be enough to make the shot? I don't think it will be.
Les has 4 timeouts remaining.
Depends sometimes how you catch the ball, if you get a good connection. So.
You need to roll off it almost.
Yes. I think he's got to change his hand here, I think. Somehow that.
This is a tough shot.
I think he's given this a try. He's given this a big try. What a ball from Les Gillett. What a ball.
Wow. I know you never think you're safe, Andy, but Paul Foster must have been thinking, well, this is a tough one.
Yes, and he plays that to perfection and falls down. This makes it hard for Paul. Brilliant ball, Les Gillett.
Gonna have to try and flick the edge of it.
Yeah, this is hard.
Well, he's certainly not too wide if he's on draw weight.
Yeah, this won't get back.
Let's see where he's going with this, because it's deep. If it stays on the rink, it makes a big difference.
Well, Les, you cannot go near this. He's asking the crowd what they think. Well, I think the crowd will be telling you, Les, to keep away from this.
Oh, he has to go deep.
4.
Oh, he's coming back.
Well, he's got so many timeouts left. He's got something like 4 timeouts. He got plenty of time. And this is where we're getting into the realms of tactics and everything else, Andy, because there's really only one shot to play here.
Yes, he's got to be deep. What you're saying, he's got to be deep. Keep away from the head. This is a hard shot for Paul to score on.
Well, Paul's standing there waiting, knowing that he's only got one shot himself. And Les must cover this. The last time he didn't cover the back, it hurt.
Yes, it did. He's got to be on the right-hand side, almost where Paul's feet are. Anything deep.
Left-handed. It's his forehand. That makes it a wee bit difficult. Makes it a little bit harder. Wow. I think he's playing the blocker.
Yeah, I think he's trying to block this.
Oh, goodness me. That is risky. Wow. I'm not sure about that.
Exactly sure what that's
No,
blocking. I don't think it's...
You know, he's playing weight. He's not going to play it with just a yard. He's playing weight, which means there's that blocker's nowhere near the centre line.
Yeah, it's not blocking the draw and it's not blocking the running goal. So
the fact that it's a toucher is maybe banking on the fact that the toucher will go in out with it, but the toucher's at an angle. I can't see that being the right shot. I really can't.
yeah, Paul running at this. Will he get back?
Well, he's certainly well past that, so he's close.
He's on the high side.
Yep.
Difficult to get back.
No. I think Les got away with that one a bit.
Yes.
He played a brilliant ball, but tactically I think he got away with it a little bit.
He didn't block anything out.
Nope. I think if he had forced Paul Foster into playing a yard of weight or 2 yards of weight, that would have been a brilliant blocker.
Yes, yes. I think most players would have gone deep there. However, well, Les had the jack on the first end. He's also got the jack on the second, so I suspect this end is his choice.
Jack length 29 metres.
Les Gillett, one end to the good in the tie break. He's delivered the jack to his preferred length, and Paul Foster will have the last ball as he did the last end. But the first bite to get close to the jack is with Les Gillett. Needs to win this end to win the match. Paul Foster has to win this end to force the third end of the tie break.
Ten inches past jack high. One green.
I don't think that's in Paul's road for the jack.
It's just ever
Still
slightly
get
past,
around
about
that
half
ball.
an inch past.
Yes, he didn't want to be short with that because there's no value in being short. You know, all that does is just block your way in if you have to play a runner.
Well, it wasn't in Paul's line, but he's changed his hand.
I think he's more changed his hand more because he's got his own ball to rock off and Les's ball to reach. This will bend very quickly.
Yes, yes, this won't count.
Well, this is a chance for Les.
Yes, one bolt on the top of the jack, and you're really in the driving seat, Les. Line one, but that's probably not going to be good enough at the moment.
Timeout called. Les has 2 timeouts remaining.
Well, Les making absolutely sure he's using his timeouts correctly. He's certainly wide with this one.
I think he'll come back.
He's going to have good weight to make it all the way. He has to hurry with this.
I think he's good, David. I think he's very good.
A bit short, Andy.
It's number 2. That helps.
I think if he'd been 6 inches away from it, it would have been a real big problem. Paul Foster, well, normally he would just draw this.
Yes, how confident are you, Paul? There's a backhand runner possibly on, or it's a forehand draw. 2 down. Game down, basically. I think he's playing the backhand runner.
No, backhand draw. It's wide open.
Yeah, I think he prefers that side.
No, it's a big, big hand, and he's got a good, strong bias on the ball. So as soon as he gets past the green one, he's close. Oh, wow. He had the right weight with that.
Yeah, I think he was. He was, and he's a lot of trouble now, Paul.
He was all over it for the weight of the ball he played. That was right up to the jack. It's 1 or 2, we're not sure.
Yeah, it could be 3. I think Les has got to go deep here, surely. Doesn't need any other balls in the head.
Don't know, man. I think he needs a close ball. I just feel, if I was him, I'd be thinking, Paul Foster is going to draw the shot.
Yes, well.
You know, you just can't allow him to have that amount of space. Think about the 2 balls. The 2 balls are there, Andy. There's probably 2 feet plus between them.
Yeah.
He makes that 2 foot, and that's enough.
Well, I think he's taking your advice. I think he's playing the draw, trying to get a close ball.
I think he's struggling for weight, but where's he going to finish? Well, I think he's missed a chance. I really do. I think he's missed a chance. I think Paul Foster will draw this. Doesn't matter which side he draws it.
Well, I think if he plays the backhand runner, I think he's relying on a lot of luck.
4.
Well, that's what he's going to play if he's asking who's line 3rd shot. He's looking for the 2 green balls.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Timeout called. Paul has 3 timeouts remaining.
Can he really be thinking about trying to get to the green ball to hit this one?
Yes, I think that's what he's after.
And then he's looking at this ball.
Staying in the head.
And staying in the head against this ball on a measure. I just think he can draw this. He really can.
I think he can. I'm not overly confident that he likes this forehand in this direction. Full length.
If he draws just in there, no, he has to just miss his own ball, Andy. But draws to there, like Paul Foster would normally draw that without any trouble. But he has got a match lie against him. Yes. He isn't bothered. No, it's not easy, but if he's going for the 2 balls, that's he's depending on that measure.
Yes. Difficult call, really. I think.
Call.
Yeah, he's got so many timeouts. He's using them. He might as well. You know, he's doing exactly the right thing, the same way as Les did.
Well, I think if I was Paul Foster, I think I'd be trying to draw this on the forehand.
It would be his normal play. We've seen him do it so often. Would be to draw this shot. Yep, on the forehand.
Yeah. Oh, his forehand runner. Well,
let's see what happens here.
He's missed the target.
Oh, he has indeed. Well, surprised at that with Paul Foster. I didn't think he would play it, but he obviously felt he had a chance to run the jack or balls. So no one's going to second guess Fuzzy on that choice of shot. You play what you see, and he was just off target. Les Gillett, famous victory for him against Paul Foster. And he did play well.
Played exceptionally well, did Les. Well, he'll be confident. He's played really good balls.
And Leslie acknowledging the crowds, firm favourite with them. We expected this to be a difficult game for Paul Foster. Les Gillett is a very, very dangerous opponent, and we knew that. And Les started off very well indeed. Paul Foster forced into playing weight, and just occasionally getting a little bit of luck. But Les Gillett, well, look at that. That's absolutely perfect. Really up for this. Played some very good balls. Looking for the 2 balls, only got the 1. So this first set was so close because of balls like that. And Paul Foster, well, he took over in the second set. And in the end, comfortable with it, with 9 shots to 2. Even though Les was putting pressure on, that was the first end of the tie break. Played a perfect ball. Paul Foster missed it, and it's Les Gillett through to the quarter-finals. A fantastic performance. Well, the second set's going to show what the ends one were. 10 against 9, very close. Total shots scored, 13 against 7. Again, that's down to the second set, 9-2. But a fantastic game, a very interesting game. But in the end, Les just had enough to prevail.
Alongside me, Paul Foster and Les Gillett. Paul, first of all, I know you guys never make excuses. Obviously, giving credit to Les Gillett. What were your thoughts on your play today?
I just didn't think I turned up at all. I just could not get going. Right from the first end, the first set was just a disaster for me. To be honest, I don't think Les played his best today, but he didn't have to. Put a lot of crucial balls at the right time, but I've got to talk about myself, and I just did not turn up today at all. Disappointing, but here it's only a game of balls. But played a bit better in the second set. Les played a bomb in the first tie-break end, and to be honest, the second tie-break end, I just try and run. It's just more hit and hope, to be honest. But when you're playing shots like that, that's when you know your confidence is not great. And to be honest, everyone knows I can play a lot better than that. But today I never, and all credit to Les, and good luck to him.
Very well said, fair assessment. Les, going into the match, we heard you say it before the match started, that you felt that if you played your best, you know, obviously you're a match for anyone. How close to your best do you think you played today?
I think, as Paul said, you know, we both didn't play our best. If I'm honest, it's pretty much sort of similar to the game in Scotland we had a few months back, and you know, Paul got over the line that time, and I didn't play my best, and probably Paul didn't then either. But you know, a win's a win. At the end of the day, you know, I'm pleased as punch to beat Paul. I mean, I've played Paul on a number of occasions, and I've always been second best quite a few times. So to get one back's great. And, you know, if I didn't play my best, great. And I was fortunate Paul didn't play his best neither. But, you know, it's 2 guys having a scrap on a green, and luckily today was my day.
And before the match, we also heard, of course, that obviously it's been a challenging week for you away from the rink as well, with obviously your mum having that horrible accident. How easy has it been for you to concentrate on what the job is here?
Oh, it's been fun because she's in a good place in the hospital, and she's happy, so she's settled. She can't do a lot for herself, unfortunately, because both shoulders are broken. So, but yeah, so I spoke to her before today. So
I hope she's watching. She'll be very proud. Well done, Les. Paul.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, what a fantastic finish to the game there, and Les Gillett takes his place in the quarter-finals. There's the scores for you. The first set, narrowest of margins to Les, 5-4. Lost the second set, but took the tie-break 2-0. And of course, Les moves into the quarter-finals to play against the winner of this evening's game. And don't forget, 7:30 tonight, be with us for Scott Edwards versus Robert Paxton. Thanks for your company. Join us again at 7:30.